that efforts can be done by those who is suffered from this waking state, who has no interest. Like if somebody has in a dream, they have an interest, like I had an interest in sailing my car and I go back to the dream. I don't have interest in the waking state, I still have interest in the dream state. Same way, those people who is suffering from the material world, they are eligible for the spiritual world. So suffering is very important factor. And then some outside teacher, outside guru who also has same glimpses give you the master key. Or even if through some gurus they are not capable of translating their experience, like me, I am not capable of, I think, the translating my true experience, but somehow I am trying. But sometime with their glimpses, with their closeness, something happens. Why? Because the fire don't need any language, like a love don't need any language. For the love there is no language. Even if two people they don't understand, if they can express through the love, they know what they are trying to say, the love. Same way, the realized teacher has a language too, and the student who is eligible for that language can understand that guru, that teacher. No, not everybody. For that there should be there is no language, only the fires just spread fire into that student, and that fire becomes his student's own experience. So today we discussed few things. We discussed witness, we discussed consciousness already, we discussed intellect, we discussed awareness, we discussed 3-4 levels: body level, mind level, subconscious level, soul level. Now we're gonna discuss more about emotions, mind level, because all the human beings they live on a mind level, and the mind level is a suffering level, and everybody needs a solution on the mind level. So we will try to find some solution if possible. The permanent solution is to wake up, to aware of its own natural state. This is the permanent solution. Like a dream, from the dream we wake up, just wake up, that's it. Nothing has to do, no meditation, nothing has to do. Anything I will do in a dream state to wake up is, I am not gonna wake up, it just happens. Same thing in a waking state, anything I will do to go to the soul level is not gonna help, it's not gonna help, it's gonna happen. And when it happens with its own experience, these movements you can expand and your awareness can get increased. But suppose I am suffering in the mind level, so what that means, I have to take some medicine to get relief. So temporary medicine is meditations, different kinds of techniques. This is very necessary too, until I or somebody reach the, until human being reach the soul level. So the temporary medicine is the solution. So we will discuss more about the temporary medications about the suffering, for the suffering, and we will discuss more about emotions. What are the emotions? What kind of suffering we have? And after all these topics covered, we will go to the soul level. We will discuss more about soul level, and then we will go to the compassion, love, so many things. But first of all, we have to be clear about all the terms, and then we will discuss thoroughly these terminology, these terms. Whatever we discussed in previous chapters is gonna help a lot to understand, to make our own medicine, temporary medicine, and at the same time we can progress to the a level where we can take a quantum jump, like a frog jump, because it's very hard to get out from the mind level. From the mind, through mind you cannot get out. How can it possible that mind is capable of taking mind out of its level? There should have be something more than mind, and there is something there. See, I told you that intellect is a parallel of a mind. Mind nature is attachment, attaching whatever in contacts. So intellect is something that neutralizes the attachment. Let us say I have a in front of me a sweets. Because I am a fond of sweets, I see the sweets and desires right away arises, and my mind say, oh sweets, let's eat it, and I grab the sweets because my mind nature is to attach. But the intellect is parallel to the mind, and my intellect say, no, you cannot eat, you have a diabetes, you have a sugar problem, you cannot eat, it's poisonous for you. So right away intellect neutralizes the effect of attachment. This is why the intellect is very, very important. That's why we say, the saints say that don't eat meat, don't eat spicy food, don't take alcohol. Why? Because alcohol or other stuff, they do some chemical changes in the brain, and the brain has to be very active to get more alert, to get more intellect is related with the brain. So intellect can be only expand if your brain is active, but with brain, active brain, the mind get active too. So brain and mind both get active, and we don't want mind active, but we want intellect active. Intellect cannot be active without active brain, and same way the mind is a problem, because with the brain, mind and intellect both get active, and with the when we take the drugs or alcohol, we want to calm down the mind. Once mind get calmed, but the intellect also get blunt. Intellect is contracted, not expanded, and to reach that level, the soul level, the intellect has a big role. Without intellect, this is very hard to go to that level. So what should we do? If we cannot stop mind, if the brain is active, how the intellect is gonna work? Because mind has a lot of influence on the intellect. Intellect get trapped under the mind spell. So that's why the teacher is very important. They give you the initial practice to clean your body, to check your food, what kind of food is good, so that mind be calm, and at the same time the brain is active, so that intellect is highly active. See, there is a nature of a food, nature of a drink, nature of environment, nature of a music, all these mantras, all these things. Why these are important? Because we need something that brain stay active, brain get fully active. With fully active, we don't want mind get active too. Mind is calm, but intellect get active. So we should take those things from five senses, that the mind is calm, brain stay active, and our intellect is always active. That's why. So whatever the mantra somebody give this kind of food, somebody gives say okay, do the massage, this and that, somebody say listen this kind of music, soft meditational devotional music. All these things are the method for keep the brain active but the mind cool. With the brain active, the intellect is automatically active. So we will discuss more in details when we will discuss like a small topics about the questions, people's question, why I am happy, why I have stress. All these things is gonna cover in that section. What should you eat, what should not, what should be the our environment, what should we listen. These should or should not is a temporary medicines. But before we go to the permanent medicine, we should pass through these temporary medicines. And for that, everybody needs a good teacher, a realized teacher. In the connection with the realized teacher, you never know what's going to happen. It happens with me, with my guru. I just go to my guru and sit with him, and it happens one day. Now I look like an ordinary person for everybody. I am an ordinary person because you become more ordinary, you become stressful and everything from. But here, like you are calm from the inside. Fear comes, stress comes, everything is normal. On the mind level, everything is same. You don't have to be smile always like a spiritual guru say. No, whatever the naturally all the expression comes out. But from here inside, when awareness comes, different level, different personality. So please, whoever get chance to listen to me, please stay. Maybe it's gonna help. I don't need nothing from anybody. I'm just giving whatever I have, even if I'm very poor in communication because I'm not used to giving lectures, but I'm trying my best. Thank you. God bless you all. Hari Om.